Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a blog post that really feels like a time capsule from a very strange, very specific reality. We're digging into a piece by Mo over at Papa Joe's Collectibles. It's titled, "What Did You Do to Kill Time in 2020?"
And it is a fascinating, almost surreal snapshot of what Mo calls the Great South African Shtuck.
Okay, I have to stop you there. Shtuck. That sounds heavy. What exactly are we dealing with here?
It's a great word, right? It's Yiddish slang, but it's widely used in South Africa. It means a difficult situation, a mess, just, big trouble.
So in this context, it's about the hard lockdown.
Exactly. The one that started there on March 26, 2020. And you have to understand, this wasn't the sourdough baking lockdown some of us might remember. This was, this is military grade.
Military grade.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Incredibly strict. Complete silence in the streets, a total ban on walking your dog.
You couldn't even walk your dog.
Not at all. You were confined strictly to your property. Mo describes the atmosphere as just eerie. But what makes this piece so great is how it finds the sheer absurdity in that isolation.
Right, like that daily ritual at 17:0. That really paints a picture.
The 5:0 p.m. scream. Yes. Mo would run out to the road and just yell, "Hello!" at a neighbor who was, 500 meters away.
Just to prove they were both still there?
Precisely. They'd jump up and down like toddlers, scream hello, and then just scurry back inside.
Yeah.
It sounds funny, but it really underlines that desperate human need for connection.
And it wasn't just social connection that was cut off. South Africa had some pretty unique restrictions on what you could actually buy.
That's where the shtuck got real. A total ban on alcohol and cigarette sales.
Wow.
Mo writes about ordinary law-abiding citizens who suddenly became master smugglers just to get their hands on NGs. That's slang for cigarettes.
So you have a whole nation of accidental bootleggers.
Essentially, it's a perfect case study
Yeah.
in, informal economics. But maybe the weirdest market correction was the great pineapple shortage.
Wait, pineapples. Was everyone suddenly stress-eating fruit salad?
Not quite. With all the liquor stores closed, it seems like the entire country started brewing homemade pineapple beer.
No way!
Seriously. You just couldn't find a pineapple anywhere. It shows how quickly people pivot when a supply chain just breaks.
Speaking of pivoting, I love the part about the family dynamic. You'd think their kids, who are all dedicated gamers, would be in heaven.
You would think so, wouldn't you? But even the digital natives hit a wall. Mo describes the four boys eventually emerging from their rooms like zombies.
So 200/7 gaming actually lost its appeal.
It did. They had to unplug. They went back to analog entertainment, playing cards and darts by the fire just to feel human again.
And while the kids were going analog, Papa Joe was taking it to a whole different level.
Oh, this is the best part. The accidental fitness influencer.
It all started with a tiny screw, right?
A tiny, minute screw. Papa Joe dropped it on the workshop floor and just refused to let it go. He spent ages crawling on the cement, hunting for this thing.
And Mo was just filming this.
Watching and filming. They called it Video 1, the cement crawl. You have to picture the raw intensity of this man on all fours, with the family Jack Russell supervising, of course.
But he didn't stop at crawling. He built a whole routine.
He did. And this is where the satire is just brilliant. Remember, social media was flooded with polished influencers doing perfect home workouts.
Right.
Papa Joe created the personal junkyard gym.
Yeah. No yoga mats in sight. We're talking about the mincer curl.
Exactly. Using a heavy vintage meat mincer for bicep curls.
Yeah.
Or the spanner press, using these huge industrial wrenches as weights.
And my personal favorite, the coffee grinder cardio.
Which is just furiously cranking an old coffee mill. It's hilarious, but it's also this fantastic commentary on performative lockdown fitness. He's using the junk around him to reclaim some kind of agency.
It really proves that constraint drives creativity. I think Mo says boredom leads to thinking, which leads to making stuff up.
That's the core message here, I think. Even when the workshop doors are locked, that human spirit of making and doing, it doesn't just turn off. It just gets weirder.
Mo's advice to stay vintage and stay moving feels like a pretty solid motto, lockdown or not.
I agree. And honestly, if you want a real core workout, don't buy a subscription.
Let me guess.
Just drop a tiny screw on a dusty floor and refuse to give up until you find it.
I think I'll stick to the coffee grinder cardio, thanks. That's all for this look at Papa Joe's Lockdown Chronicles. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.